Knuckle Fighting Championship, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, is back in the United Kingdom. Coming to you from the West Midlands as we are making our debut in Coventry. From Skydome Arena, it's BKFC 64, and we will open with 3 preliminary bouts. Then at the top of the hour, our stacked 9-bout main card begins, which you can watch live on the BKFC app. In tonight's co-main event, Jono Chip Chase versus Toby Bindon, set for the lightweight division. And our main event for the inaugural BKFC United Kingdom welterweight title, Connor Tierney versus Johnny Graham. Hey everyone, with Chris Lights Out Lytle, I'm Sean Wheelock. Chris, on this stack card from Coventry, fighters from here in England, as well as 5 additional nations.
Sean, Europe has really embraced BKFC. You hear, we talked about being in England right now. You also have Bulgaria. We're getting ready to do Spain. So many people understand how exciting and how entertaining this sport is, and they're really embracing it.
The BKFC app is, of course, the best value in all of combat sports. It costs just $7.99 per month. It is how you can watch our main card, which begins live top of the hour from Coventry, England. And it is how you can watch our BKFC debut in Spain, set for October 12th in Marbella.
Sean, October, that's way off. I'm talking about this month. 2 more fights this month. That makes 4 for this 1 month alone. Are you kidding me? What a value. 4 fights, 1 month. Unbelievable.
Chris, our main event tonight, this is intriguing. The winner becomes the first ever BKFC UK 165-pound champion, Connor Tierney versus Johnny Graham.
And the reason these 2 guys have made it this far, they're very good at one thing: head movement, hitting, and not getting hit. They totally understand that's the name of this sport, is being very good offensively and defensively. The main thing about this fight, this is going to be a range fight. Can Tierney keep it long? Can Graham get inside? That's the main name for this one. That's its distance.
12 bouts in total tonight from Coventry, England. Here are the fight odds. They're presented by Kurgo, the official betting partner of BKFC.
And look at this, Sean. Everything's so close, so competitive. That's some great matchmaking. The one that I really like, the Chip Chase at -189, I think that's a fantastic bet.
BKFC uses the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting, which are being administered this evening by the ISKA. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. We open tonight with a bout in the middleweight division. Connor Warden versus Simeon Otuley. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you can see here, even though Warden does have a 3-inch height advantage, he has a 1-inch reach disadvantage. About it from the tail of the tape, Sean.
From Leeds, England, Simeon Otuley, now set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Otuley has had 9 pro MMA bouts.
Having 9 bouts, he's made this walk many times. He understands the pre-fight jitters. He understands what it's like to fight in front of a crowd. MMA means he's going to be pretty well-rounded, you have to think. Very different, though. No knees, no kicks, just straight hands. So we'll see. Hopefully that's his forte. Hopefully he's a big striker.
Fighting here at his home city, Coventry, England, and making his BKFC debut, Connor Warden.
And Sean, we've talked about it many times. Fighting in front of your home crowd, a lot of people think that, like in basketball or football, can be a huge advantage. I think it could be the opposite. I think there's a lot more pressure. Not only that, but the whole week, month leading up to, you have a lot of people who are asking you for tickets, bothering you. You want to go out there and perform well. Sometimes that pressure can make a difference.
Our BKFC UK cards always deliver. Stacked tonight, BKFC 64. We're at Skydome Arena in the West Midlands, Coventry. We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome one and all to the Sky Dome Arena here in Coventry, England. And we welcome you to BKFC 64. BKFC for review begins tonight with 5 two-minute rounds in the middleweight division, presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, an even 167 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 9 fights and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Leeds, England, here is Simeon Mr. Miyagi Otuley. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and white. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 169.8 pounds. Tonight he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Coventry, England, here is Connor Warden. And our referee in charge of the action, Harvey Hara.
Harvey Hara bringing both fighters up to scratch, standing 3 feet apart. The bell, round number 1. White trunks for Connor Warden, black trunks for Simeon Otuley. To the body, then the right hook from Otuley. There's a check left hook landing from Simeon Otuley. Right hand getting through. There's the counter left hand, big left hand right back from Otuley. Early heavy pressure, Chris.
Otuley landed some good shots early.
1-2 just off the mark for Connor Warden. Jab again to the body for Otuley, showing his creativity early. Warden's cut outside of his right eye.
Warden has got to start using more head movement. He's getting hit too clean too often.
Warden coming through on the right hand, just misses with the overhand right. On the reset, check left hook again. Warden took that flush, readjusted his mouthpiece, again that left hook. Blood now coming from the mouth of Connor Warden. BKFC debut for both men. There's the left hand getting through from Warden on the back step, right hand.
And Warden's face is turned into a mess very quickly. Once again, he's got to start moving the head more.
55 seconds remaining in round number 1. We are at 175 pounds. From the center circle, naked right hand right back from Warden. On the 1-1-2 from Warden. Trying to take Otuley off his striking line. Strong opening 60 seconds for Simeon Otuley, but now Connor Warden starting to settle down and lands the big jab.
And Warden, that's what he needs to do. Get off first. He can't sit there and wait to counter. He's getting hit too much. Get off first with that offense.
Both fighters having their moments here in round number 1. And the left hand from Otuley. There's the left hand getting through again from Simeon Otuley.
And that left hand has really found a home. Continues to land that left hook.
Both men in the center circle, overhand right, forward pressure, now half tie plump snatched by Otuley. Separation from referee Harvey Hara. That ends round number 1.
And a very good round for Otuley. Landed so many good left hooks, just quicker to the punch, threw it faster, threw it crisp, clean. Every punch was really on target, and Warden didn't do a good job. Let's see if he can adjust after that first round. Understand this is a faster pace. You have to have more head movement, and if you're not going to be able to dodge his punches, you have to start pushing the pace, getting off first, making sure you throw hard early and often to land those punches. You cannot just sit back and wait to counter. You can see some of the handiwork. Good left jab by Warden. You can see the blood flowing from Warden's face due to a lot of those left hands from Otuley.
Set for round number 2. Slight forward pressure off of scratch for Otuley. Now Warden coming forward. Overhand right from Otuley. As the left hand just misses. Counter left hand clipping from Warden. Jab to the sternum from Simeon Otuley. Otuley catching that jab of Warden. Warden on the right hand. Right hand. Otuley stepping through that, coming forward. Lowering his stance now, Connor Warden. Chris, Simeon Otuley continues to land that check left hook.
And that straight jab. Anything with the left hand seems to be getting through very well for Otuley.
There's the overhand right. Quick counter right hand from Warden. That was clever. There's that check left hook from Simeon Otuley. Now the right hand on the duck under into the clinch. Good refereeing from Harvey Hara. An active clinch, right back to it. 60 seconds remaining, round number 2. Feints on the jab, duck under, right hand, double right hand from Warden. Otuley switch of stances. Momentarily was in southpaw, back to orthodox. They throw the 3-2. See the head movement of Warden.
Warden's starting to pick up on the fact that he does have to move the head more, worry more about defense. You can't be all offensively minded and stand in front of an opponent.
Otuley again initiating the clinch, the overhook from Warden. Again, the separation from Harvey Hara keeping this fight moving. Now 20 seconds remaining, round number 2. See the smear of blood across the face of Connor Warden. That's been present since round number 1. There's the check left hook from Otuley. That's been present since round number 1. Straight right hand getting through. Overhand right, clean on the rear right hand from Warden.
Good offense from Warden.
Next up, round 3.
You can see both guys are making adjustments. They're figuring out this sport as they fight. Otuley's still doing a great job of continuing to land that left hand. Warden's starting to understand the defensive aspect of what he has to do. He cannot get hit as much. He's got to utilize more head movement, roll underneath punches, and fire back. That's where he's doing a good job. As soon as he avoids the punch, he's firing back. Good combination. As you see in that situation, he got hit, fired back immediately. You don't get as many opportunities when it comes to bare knuckle. You have to take advantage of everyone you have. Now here's one thing these guys can start doing better in the clinch. They're not really wanting to punch while they're in the clinch. They're just kind of utilizing that as a time to rest, but they're not wasting energy at the same time. They're being fairly smart about that, but I would like to see a little bit more offense being used. You can utilize that clinch to be heavy on your opponent, pull his head down, land some free shots.
2 very even, hard-fought rounds to start this middleweight bout. To start our card here in Coventry, England, BKFC 64. To round 3 we go, and there's the right hand from Connor Warden. Left hook, big right hand from Warden. Level change into the clinch, but taking right hand, Simeon Otuley.
He's got to be careful. He's getting hit a lot in this round. Ooh.
Right hand again from Warden.
Warden starting to find his range.
Warden into the clinch, the overhook. Separation from Harvey Hara. 25 remaining, round 3. Off the hook jab goes Simeon Otuley. Smear of blood now on the chest of Otuley. There's a clean right hand. Otuley landed that flush, taking Warden off his striking line to the body. That's clever. That's creative from Simeon Otuley.
The first time we've seen anybody really go into the body. Let's see if that can pay dividends. If Otuley finds that's going to work, he's going to continue to go to it.
See the swelling in and around the right eye of Simeon Otuley, and he is cut under his right eye. Also a cut in the right brow on the face of Simeon Otuley. Big right hand from Warden. Warden forward pressure now. Otuley again on the clinch. Smart defensive clinch by Simeon Otuley against the ropes. Right back to it from Harvey Hara. 35 seconds remaining, round 3. We talked about the check left hook landing from Otuley. That straight right now landing from Warden, Chris.
He's really fighting home for that right hand. Done some good damage.
The jab from Connor Warden. Otuley walking through that, landing a hook jab of his own.
So I've been very impressed with the chin of both fighters. They've both taken massive shots.
3 uppercuts in sequence with the rear right hand from Simeon Otuley.
Otuley's starting to look a little more tired right now.
Overhand right from Warden. There's the left hand. Right hand after the bell. We are through 3 rounds.
And these guys are going to war. This is a very entertaining fight. You can tell Warden really started to pick it up in that round. He's throwing more punches. He's more accurate, throwing that right hand. He understands what he needs to do. He needs to land that power shot. I'm really impressed with both guys' ability to take a shot. If I'm in the corner of Otuley, I'm continuing to tell him, I'd like to see you get off first. Try and land that left hook as often as possible. It's open. It's going to be there all night. You have to throw it. And really, when he started to work the body in that round, I think that's going to pay dividends as well. Continue to go the body when you can. Warden, I'm telling him, come straight forward, throw that right hand. It's there.
Call of let's go from referee Harvey Hara. Into round number 4 we go. Aggressive start off of scratch to start round number 4. Into the clinch goes Simeon Otuley on the reset. Duck under on the overhand left. To the body, that was hard from Otuley.
I love that right hand to body. He followed that up with a left hook. There he did.
Body then head from Otuley.
This is where Otuley is at his best. Landing punches and getting out of the way, not being there for the return. If he just stands and plants his feet, he's going to get hit with that right hand.
Otuley timing the naked 2, the right hand, again into the clinch.
Stop, right.
To the defensive clinch. Level change, overhand right.
Very close with the number of punches landed.
To the clinch, you see the hard overhook held by Simeon Otuley. Is back against the ring ropes. Again, the restart with 60 seconds remaining round 4. Forward pressure from Connor Warden. Warden to this point in round 4, not nearly as active in the 4th round as we saw him in round 3.
Warden finally threw a couple of body shots his own. It hit the eye, you can tell that was bothering him.
There's the underhook, clever turn from Otuley, now the left hand. Overhook snatched by Warden, that gets the separation from Hara. 35 seconds remaining round 4. Momentum ever so subtly shifting back and forth. The momentum now is Simeon Otuley. Big uppercuts with the right hand, and there is the opening knockdown in this fight.
I don't think he's getting up. He can't see out of that right eye.
Count of 8, up at 9. That is it. Harvey Hara ends this fight, and victory in his BKFC debut for Simeon Otuley.
And you could tell it was one of the left hands that was landed by Otuley. Really hurt the eye, or something happened to the right eye of Warden. He couldn't see out of it. He was having problems to get hit a few times, and that was just a great finish. Otuley did the exact right thing. He grabbed that half tie plum. He just threw a lot of right hands until he got the finish. And at that point, Warden's eye was already bothering him. Didn't know what to do in this situation. They're not used to it, but look at those clean shots being landed. He's trying to block, not gonna work. There's no gloves, this is bare knuckle. A lot of damage done.
Strong start to this fight for Simeon Otuley. He had an outstanding opening 60 seconds. Connor Warden really willed himself back into the fight. Warden had an outstanding round number 3, kept landing the right hands, but in round number 4, Simeon Otuley to the inside, the half tie plum, the uppercuts to the finish, and victory in his bare knuckle fighting championship debut to the Englishman from Leeds, Simeon Otuley.
I love it. You could really see both fighters learning in that fight exactly how this sport works, what to do, what not to do. I think they're both going to be better fighters next time they compete for BKFC.
Simeon Otuley's ring name is Mr. Miyagi. Connor Warden definitely showed some Johnny Lawrence and Mike Barnes, Mark Barnes-like intensity. But well done from Simeon Otuley. Well done from Connor Warden. That was a very entertaining fight. But Otuley to the inside, the power, and the uppercuts to the finish.
I love us starting off the night with a fight just like that. That's exactly what I want to see at the beginning. Both guys out there giving their all, putting on a great fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Harvey Hara, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 45 seconds into round number 4. For your winner by TKO, Simeon, Mr. Miyagi Otuley.
Great victory for Otuley. He showed a lot. He showed he could go out there and do good offensively, but not only that, he dealt with some adversity in that third round, but he came back in the fourth and looked fantastic.
The winner by way of fourth round TKO, Simeon Otuley defeats Connor Warden.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is back at the Maverick Center with another night of amazing bare knuckle fights. In the main event, world champion Christine Misfit Faria, one of the most feared women in combat sports, puts her title on the line against the #1 contender who doesn't know the meaning of fear, Jade Massamoir. Plus 11 other savage bare knuckle fights. Avoid the sellout. Grab your tickets now at BKFC.com. Friday, August 16th, experience history in the making as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debuts at Kansas City's iconic Memorial Hall. In the main event, the always dangerous Gypsy Jake Lindsay fights the anger-fueled Elvin El Bandito Brito. Also, Zeb Vincent sets his sights on his next victory, but Doug Cold Red Coltrane has other plans. Plus many more bare knuckle fights. Experience the thrill of the world's most exciting combat sport. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at BKFC.com.
OnlyFans brings you our tale of the tape for Sarah Beto versus Yamila Sanchez.
And Sean, evident right away, Beto a huge height advantage of 8 inches. However, only 2.5 inch reach advantage. That's the main thing she wants to utilize in this fight, that reach advantage.
Soldado los perros porque me he escapado. Un mi Colombia, la nariz del galgo. Corre con ganas que esta noche aguando.
You see the two flags? Yamila Sanchez with the Argentine flag. She was born in Argentina, and with the Spanish flag, she is now based in Spain in the city of Malaga in the south of the country. Yamila Sanchez making her BKFC debut in this bout. Sanchez has had 10 professional mixed martial arts bouts.
Quite a few mixed martial arts fights under her belt. Huge for her in this fight. Understands range, understands distance, understands what it's like to be in front of a crowd to fight. You never really know how someone is going to handle the bare knuckle aspect. It is always nice to see somebody at least doing MMA. They are a little bit smaller gloves. Sometimes you have people come in from boxing. It really makes it difficult to not only to get hit with a smaller glove or no glove, but the blocking, the defense is totally different. At least if you have small gloves, it is still difficult to block. Not as hard as with the bare knuckle, but much easier than, let's say, a boxer comes in with those huge gloves. It's very difficult to make that transition.
Draped in the flag of her native Italy, the fighter from Milan, Sarah Beto, now set for her bare knuckle fighting championship debut.
I love all the national pride I'm seeing in these fighters. Everybody's coming out and draping their flag. You get the feeling that this isn't just about going out and performing for yourself. It's about more than that. It's about going out there and representing your country.
Chris, this fight really speaks to the international reach of BKFC and indeed this global expansion, the revolution of bare knuckle fighting.
Absolutely. We've talked about it being in Bulgaria, and the number of people come from all over the world to fight in Bulgaria. We're having England, Spain's coming. So many places that want to be part of what we're doing.
Again, Jeff Houston.
Fight fans of Coventry, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the women's bantamweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, Fighting out of the red corner, tonight she wears black. She stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. Her official weight, an even 129 pounds. She holds an MMA record of 10 fights and tonight makes her BKFC debut. Fighting out of Malaga, Spain, here is Yamila Suki Sanchez. And across the ring, her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight she wears black. She stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. Her official weight, 131.6 pounds. Tonight, she makes her BKFC debut. Fighting out of Milan, Italy, here is Sarah Beto. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Bachelor.
8-inch height discrepancy between these two fighters. The Italian, Sarah Beto, 5'10". The Argentine, now based in Spain, Yamila Sanchez, 5'2". Chris Bachelor bringing both fighters up to scratch, sending them back to their respective corners. Now we reset.
Oh, you can see. Somebody's excited.
Round number 1. Both fighters, as you see, in black trunks. Blue hand wraps for Sarah Beto. Red hand wraps for Yamila Sanchez. Immediately to the jab goes Beto. Sanchez looking to the body. High, tight striking guard for Yamila Sanchez. Active with her jab immediately, Chris, is Sarah Beto.
And that's what Beto should be doing, utilizing a little bit of a reach she has, trying to make her opponent think twice about stepping close. Ooh.
Beto long, straight punches, walking forward into the clinch. Half tie plump snatched by Sanchez. Quick separation from Chris Bachelor. Entry again, off the one, off the jab comes Sarah Beto. See the upper body movement, the up and down from Sanchez. Sanchez looking for the jab to the body, pulls back to 2. Shuffle step from Beto, resetting on the outside. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Right hand landed to Beto's body. She acknowledged that punch to Sanchez. No rush from either fighter. Again, both women making their respective BKFC debut in this bout.
Beto throwing a lot more punches, but really not landing much.
Sanchez trying to turn over the left hand. There's a clever hook jab getting through from Yamila Sanchez. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1. Beto continuing to be active with her lead left hand from the orthodox stance. Overhand right from Sanchez. Call for action from referee Chris Bachelor. For so slightly, Yamila Sanchez turning up the pressure, stepping in with the left hand. Now the walk forward punches a reply from Beto. There's the separation from Bachelor in the 10-second clack. Jab again from Sanchez. Beto continuing to move her feet on the outside, sporting touch of hands as we are through the opening round.
Beto did a good job of controlling when the fight happened, where it happened. She continued to circle the entire time, and every now and again she would blitz in with a flurry of punches. However, she wasn't able to land many shots. Sanchez did a good job of trying to mirror the hips, trying to walk her opponent down, but Beto just stayed on her bike, moved the whole time.
At the top of the hour, our main card begins. 9 fights headed your way from Skydome Arena in Coventry, England. The way to watch, beginning live at the top of the hour, is on the BKFC app.
And what you'd like to see is Sanchez. She's mirroring her opponent's hips, but she's really not been able to step closer to cut off the ring. She just continues to follow her opponent and continues to move, throw those jabs. Just waits for the right time and comes in with a left hook or overhand right. Best thing you can do against someone with big reach is continue to come in with hard overhands or left hooks.
Somewhat tentative touch of hands, extended by Beto. The touch from Sanchez, right back to it. Right back to the jab goes the Italian Sarah Beto. A tight striking guard for the Argentine Yamila Sanchez.
And there's that rush we talked about. Beto every now and again, as soon as she has the opportunity, she tries to push, come inside.
Chris Bachelor Telling Beto, soft warning and referee speak, watch the extended fingers towards the face, the eyes of your opponent, Yamila Sanchez. Right hand getting through, rear right uppercut from Beto.
Good uppercut.
Strong sequence, now Beto to the body. Defensive half tie plump, snatched by Sanchez. Some difficulty, there's the separation from Chris Bachelor. 1:10 remaining, round number 2. Beto Chris continues to be active with that lead left hand. Not just to land the jab, but diversionary tactics to do things like that. Set up that entry running rear right uppercut.
And she thinks she found a home for it. She understands when her opponent ducks with that head. You have the hands up to the right and left. The center's open. That's what she's trying to do. Throw that uppercut right in between, right in the middle.
Hook not getting through from Sanchez. Cross arm guard. Shades of Archie Moore and George Foreman being used by Beto now into the clinch. Bachelor telling Sanchez, watch turning your opponent. 30 seconds remaining, round 2.
I can already see Beto trying to land that uppercut again, trying to set it up.
Smear of blood across the nose of Yamila Sanchez. Again, with some difficulty, there's the separation, the break and the reset from Chris Bachelor. Bachelor doing a good job of keeping this fight moving. Full compliance in the clinches from the two fighters, as we see again there on cue. With some difficulty, separation, the bell, we are through 2 rounds.
Much better round for Beto in that situation. Landed some good uppercuts, has a game plan. She's going to continue to throw that jab, throw those overhand rights. She's trying to get her opponent to block, keep that guard up where she can continue to throw the uppercut. There you can see, beautiful shot of that right hand uppercut. And then just continuing to be active. I know the referee's not letting that go too long, thinking those aren't devastating enough shots, but she's just staying busy. But she's landed more punches than her opponent. With your Sanchez in this situation, if you're in the corner, you have to start telling her she's got to get inside, push the pace. Can't stay at the outside in jab range the entire fight.
Round number 2, Beto fully extending her hands at scratch. There's the left hand getting through from Yamila Sanchez off the forward pressure of Beto.
Break, stop that, break.
Slightly lower stance now for Yamila Sanchez. Again, she's 5'2" to Beto's 5'10".
She just can't seem to get inside to land those punches. Every time she throws, she ends at the end unless Beto comes in close.
Beto resetting, taking herself back to the center circle. See the bounce step now from Beto. Switching stances, southpaw back to ortho for Beto. Beto almost now mocking on the open-chested stance.
You can see how confident right now Beto is that she's dominating this fight.
Beto forward on the straight punches, jab to the body from Sanchez, could not land. See the full extension now of the lead left arm from Beto. That's not a jab, that's just extending to disrupt the opponent, Yamila Sanchez.
And Sanchez, she continues to take one step and try and land a shot. They're missing, they're coming up short each time. She needs to double up on that step, double up on the jab, push off that back foot and get inside. She's throwing punches that have no chance of landing.
40 seconds remaining, round number 3. We are in the women's 135-pound division.
Let's go, guys, let's go. Come on.
Call for action again from referee Chris Bachelor. Did that in round number 1, doing it here. Closing stages round number 3. Windmill overhand left, misses from Yamila Sanchez. Go forward again off the jab. And you see the rangefinder. Constant activity with the lead left hand of Beto.
It's really given Sanchez problems. She doesn't know how to deal with that left hand being out in her face.
Final seconds, round number 3. Next stop, round 4.
Well, Sanchez has to do one of two things. She has to wait for that jab to be thrown, roll underneath, and then come back with punches. Or she needs to, like we talked about earlier, push off that back foot, get into her own range, then she can land her punches. Taking one step, pushing off that back foot, and just throwing the right hand or left hook, but it's not in range yet. She's not getting close enough. And that was the first round you could really see the confidence of Beto. She feels like she's winning the fight. She feels like she's in control. She's deciding when and where the fight happens.
Seconds out called. Set for round number 4. Forward pressure again, that active lead left hand. Now into the clinch goes Sarah Beto.
And did you see what Beto did? She threw a couple punches and she saw Sanchez had the hands up blocking, so she came forward with more punches.
Feint on the rear right uppercut from Beto. Yamila Sanchez on her back foot, diving forward, almost putting her head into the guillotine of Sarah Beto. No squeeze, right back to it. Again, the jab from Beto. Wild overhand right, that's off the mark. The duck under from Sanchez.
And look at this fight. Are these punch totals just totally one-sided in favor of Beto?
Hard entry step from Sarah Beto. Rights to the body from Beto and from Sanchez. Bachelor again keeping this fight moving on the reset. Step in naked 2 with 65 seconds remaining. Round number 4. Sanchez to the body on the inside, holding the half tie plug. Sanchez trying to turn, land the right uppercut. She can't do so in that sequence. Chris Bachelor continuing to work these fighters out of the clinch. There's the left hand from Beto.
And Beto just coming forward, just reckless abandonment at this point. She has no fear of her opponent.
Bachelor telling Sanchez, do not turn, don't give your back, don't spin 180, don't spin 360. And forward from the long range overhand right to the entry for Sarah Beto. Side headlock for Sanchez. That draws the immediate separation from Chris Bachelor. And Bachelor calling for action. There's the 10-second clack. Closing stages, round number 4. Heavy into the clinch, to the body goes Yamila Sanchez. We move to the 5th final round.
You have to feel like in the corner of Sanchez, they have to know they need to change things up at this point. You have to try and do something different. You can't continue to get inside, have your opponent grab your head, push it down. She has to throw punches when she gets into her range. This is where they keep getting. They keep getting where they're tied up, grabbing. You have to create space when you're into this situation. Push off with the shoulder, throw some uppercuts, find little spaces to land those punches. I understand they're tired, and so they just want to grab on. You have to find that time, especially if you're Sanchez. This is your opportunity. You're in close. Push off, create a little bit of a gap, and then you throw your punches with those little bit shoulder arms that can help.
Good sportsmanship, touch of hands, round number 5. Straight punches forward off from scratch to start the 5th and final round from Sarah Beto. Gonna crouch to the body, overhand right from Sanchez. The idea was there, neither punch though landing cleanly. To the body goes Beto. Bachelor telling Beto, break cleanly when I say break. Hard straight punches again on the entry from Beto. Sanchez in the turn. Chris Bachelor doing a really good job refereeing this because neither fighter really wanting to break cleanly. These types of fighters can go off, these types of fights can go off the rails quickly, and Bachelor keeping it contained. It's not bad sportsmanship for either Beto or Sanchez. You're just getting tough clinching sequences. Again, this is the BKFC and indeed the sport of bare knuckle fighting debut for both Beto and Sanchez.
Sanchez has landed a few good right hands in this round. Needs to continue to do so. Has to land something meaningful.
Tip of the head from Sanchez, closing the distance, smothering that punch, Sarah Beto. The 2 not there from Sanchez. The 2 was there from Beto. She turned it over clean.
one of the better punches of this fight.
30 seconds remaining, fifth and final round. Wide stance now for Yamila Sanchez. Trying to sit back on a powerful right hand, can't find it there. Chris Beto has either been all the way out or all the way in. Now time called by referee Chris Batcheldor.
He's calling a point for
one point deduction for Yamila Sanchez.
That's a little surprising to me.
So that's Chris Batcheldor informing the 3 judges assigned by the ISKA scoring ringside here in Coventry of the 1 point deduction. Batcheldor deeming excessive holding from the Argentine Yamila Sanchez. 15 seconds remaining. Bit of playfulness now from the Italian Sarah Beto, feeling very good about her performance. Final seconds into the clinch. That is the end of the fight.
Sean, how first fight, people learn out there. They understand how to improve, make things better. I think both these fighters learned a lot in this first fight.
You are with us live for BKFC 64. Tonight we are making our debut in Coventry, England, presented commercial free by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Chris, so often on our BKFC commentary you talk about it's only a reach advantage if you use it smartly. Sarah Beto used her reach advantage, her height advantage very, very smartly throughout.
She did a very good job of continuing to be active the whole time, making it difficult for her opponent. Had the jab out there the entire time, threw a lot of 1s and 2s. And you can see, look at that accuracy, 58% compared to 27. And most of that 27 is because of how difficult Beto made it. How Beto made it, she continued to make it difficult for her opponent by staying long, continue to throw a lot of punches, and it made it just difficult to get the offense going for Sanchez.
Our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Chris, usually you and I talk about when you have a lengthy delay on the tallying of the scorecards, it's something other than a unanimous decision. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think the delay is simply factoring in the 1 point deduction that Batcheldor issued to Sanchez for excessive holding in the 5th and final round.
Yeah, that was a little surprising to me that he made that call. Maybe he's trying to send a message to all the other fighters. We're not gonna let you guys hold. We're here to throw punches.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside scored the fight 49-45, 50-44, and 49-45. To the winner by unanimous decision, Sarah Beto!
Excellent fight for Beto. Understands the sport better now, understands range, keeping your pace. She did a very good job in all aspects.
4 rounds to 1, 4 rounds to 1, 5 rounds to 0. From our 3 ISKA judges, all in favor of the victor, Sarah Beto. Victorious by way of unanimous decision, Sarah Beto defeats Yamila Sanchez. BKFC 64, coming to you live from Coventry, is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, OnlyFans, Grit Style Apparel, and by Ford Irish Stout.
Number 1 contender who doesn't know the meaning of fear, Jade Massimwa. Plus 11 other savage bare knuckle fights. Avoid the sellout. Grab your tickets now at BKFC.com. Saturday, August 31st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, returns to Canada looking for new blood. It's BKFC Prospects, Edmonton, in the main event. Drew Wildboy Stuvo Stuvie battles Sonny the Savage Smith, plus much more jaw-dropping Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship action featuring 10 adrenaline-fueled clashes. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Don't miss it. Download it now at BKFC.com.
185 pounders for you now. The numbers presented by Kurgo for James Dixon versus Tom Malbury.
Another one of the strange situations we have. Dixon 2 inches shorter. However, he has a 2-inch reach advantage, 71 inches compared to 69.
A straightforward, no-nonsense walk to the technical zone into the BKFC ring for the fighter from Chesterfield, England, Tom Malbury. This is his promotional BKFC debut. Overall in the sport of bare knuckle fighting, Malbury has had 3 bouts.
And Sean, that can be huge. Bare knuckle experience. A lot of fighters have never been hit with a bare knuckle until they get out here. And this is not a good place to learn whether you like it or not, whether you can deal with it, whether you can deal with a little bit of blood.
Fighting here in his home city, Coventry, England, James Dixon. This is his promotional BKFC debut, and indeed his debut in the sport of bare knuckle fighting. Dixon is 4-2 as a professional mixed martial arts, and through those 6 pro MMA bouts, Chris, Dixon, win or lose, has never gone the distance.
Sounds like our kind of guy. He comes to fight, puts it all on the line. Probably either going to win by knockout or lose by knockout. Could make for a great fight. We talked about it a little bit ago, coming into your hometown sometimes. Depends on the fighter. That could be good. You get the crowd behind you. It can also be a lot of pressure to deal with.
Remember, at the top of the hour, our main card begins. The way to watch is live on the BKFC app.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Presented to you by Kurgo. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 182.8 pounds. His overall bare knuckle fighting record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Chesterfield, England, here is Tom Malbury. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 185.4 pounds. His MMA record stands at 4 victories opposite 2 defeats, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Coventry, England, here is James the Lionheart Dixon. And our referee in charge of the action, Alan Jackson.
The bell, round number 1. You need forward pressure off of scratch for James Dixon, as you see both fighters in the black trunks. Blue hand wraps for Dixon. And that is ruled a knockdown. Now taking the mandatory 8 count from referee Alan Jackson, Tom Malbury. He's in the red hand wraps. Bringing those hand wraps up to show Jackson he wants to continue right back to it.
You can just see how powerful Dixon is from that first little series of punches.
Huge left hand lands from Dixon. Forward pressure, overhand right from Malbury. Dixon again on the overhand right. Malbury is swinging, but off of his back foot. Bounces off the ring ropes to land the left jab. Malbury again with the left jab. Counter on the right hand, and knockdown number 2.
And Malbury's getting out of position greatly. Every time he throws a punch, or every time his opponent throws a punch, his head is very far out of position. It's going to make it difficult to hit, but very difficult to throw offensive when your head is so far out of position.
65 seconds remaining, round number 1. 2 knockdowns recorded here in the opening round by fighter James Dixon. Referee Alan Jackson eluding that punch of Dixon. Here's the right hand to Malbury. Malbury, though, still on his back foot, resetting with the jab.
Dixon is just all over his opponent. You can tell he has no fear of getting hit.
The right hand again, crushing overhand right from James Dixon, landing big in the mid-range. To his credit, Malbury still swinging, takes a big exhale as he bounces off the ring ropes.
Malbury looks exhausted already. So early in this fight. This is going to be hard for him to make it the entire time.
Straight right hand, there's the left hand. 25 seconds remaining, round number 1. The end could be near.
And I think they could have counted that as a knockdown. I think the ropes kept Malbury up for just a second.
There is knockdown number 3. And again, the mandatory 8 count given to Malbury by referee Alan Jackson. Dixon again into the mid-range. Final seconds, round number 1. A huge opening round from the fighter from here in Coventry, James Dixon. We move to round 2.
And Malbury was just happy to get out of that first round. Dixon was all over him the entire time. You could tell Dixon did not fear any punches coming at him. He took a couple shots. It looked like it didn't bother him anyway. He doesn't feel like he can get hurt in this fight. You can just see the power difference. Dixon didn't even land a clean shot. Just when he hits you, it moves your body, and that's what happened in that situation. That was what I was talking about. Malbury just sat on the ropes. They could have counted that as a knockdown, but it didn't matter because it happened a couple seconds later. And these are not clean, powerful shots. That may be why the referee isn't close to stopping it, because they're not massive shots. You're just getting hit in the sheer force is knocking you to the ground in these situations. Malbury has got to find a way to land some hard punches to earn the respect of his opponent, or it's going to be a quit night.
Round number 2, James Dixon dropping Tom Malbury.
Oh, there he did. He earned the respect.
3 times around number 1, but off the counter and off the flow of the start of round number 2. That is knockdown number 4 recorded by Dixon and Malbury.
That's true. That did knock him down, but Dixon actually, he understands right now he can get hurt in this fight. He's got to be careful. We took a couple hard shots.
Hard to the body from both men. There's the left hand, big left hook from Dixon. Better head movement from Malbury. Malbury landing on the inside. Trying to will himself back into this fight is Tom Malbury. Trying to finish his James Dixon. Big shots. That is it. And the win for James Dixon in his BKFC debut.
And it looked to me like Malbury was feeling like he got struck low, like he was holding his groin for a second. Didn't matter. Referee decided it was time to stop that fight. And that's a little odd to me, because it was just as the time that fight was getting good. Dixon got hit a couple times very cleanly.
Officially 4 knockdowns recorded by James Dixon. There was not a knockdown in the closing sequence. Malbury was covering, he was bending, and Alan Jackson stepping in to conclude this fight. Second round TKO win for James Dixon here in his home city, Coventry, England.
And that's a situation where if you did get struck low, that would be the time to take the knee.
Our crafted replay presented by Forged Irish Stout.
And you can see covering the groin is Malbury. He doesn't want to go down, but you can feel like he feels like he got struck low.
That was the closing sequence of this fight. Again, not ruled a knockdown, ruled a finish despite the protestations that he was struck low by Tom Malbury.
If you look at these two guys' face, Dixon looks worse.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Alan Jackson, steps in, calling a stop to the fight at 43 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by TKO, James the Lionheart Dixon.
And Dixon definitely looks like an offensive juggernaut that's going to be hard to deal with from just the sheer aspect of that power. Looks like he throws very hard, and when he hits you, he hurts you.
Tom Malbury was game, tried to will himself back into this fight, had a strong start to round number 2, but then Malbury dropped by Dixon and then finished by James Dixon in the second round. 4-0 on the knockdowns in favor of the victor, James Dixon. He's now 4-2 in his pro MMA career, 1-0 in BKFC, and Dixon through those 7 combined fights has still never gone the distance. The winner by way of second round TKO, James Dixon defeats Tom Malbury.